live. All right, it looks like we are finally live. I'll wait for the audience chat to, let's see, it won't let me say something. Live chat, all messages are visible. I'll just wait for the audience to say something because I can't see the live chat yet. I don't know if I'm having bugs or what's going on. Oh, there it goes. It says that connection is excellent. Let's go. What's up, Fox? Hold on now. Hold on. I'll say something. I think we're ready in about 5 seconds here to just get to work. Tell me how the screen looks. The screen and sound, that's what I'm worried about. I waited right down to the wire last 15 minutes before setting everything up. I should not have done that, but I got sidetracked with something very annoying. I keep thinking I'm going to burp too. So, if I start belching like a beer guzzler, there's nothing I can do. So, what I thought I'd do is I'd start out with like my Flash Gitz on the table here and everything. And I just show these guys off 2 by 2. So these guys, these are the mercenary Flash Gitz. They're not they've got blue guns. I painted these a long time ago. So, these are the first of them. But, I wanted to kind of match what I already had because I have 20 of these guys now. So there's the first 2. Let's see here. Here's the other 2 right here. Gold on the rockets. I really went for speed on these guys. Nothing spectacular. Brown pants. I didn't even do the little leather lace-ups right there. Black pants, brown leather. Very quick job. Again, these models are kind of really annoying to paint. These guns are just huge, and then you have to go in between the miniature crevice right here and paint. It looks like I'm at the top portion of the screen. I'm not even staying in frame while showing these guys off. Great, that's great. So we're already off to a rocky start. Slip Doppelganger, the Ultimate Warrior. I got your knob. Thank you, Ultimate Warrior. Mr. Dynamite, what's up? So let's just keep working through these guys here. And so this is the next guy. I was going to make him the captain because I liked his banners. But I kind of held off on that. There's this one right here who's got the normal knob head and this, he's the captain in this unit. So he ended up being the captain right there. All right. And then let's just hurry up and get through the last 2 of these. There's the guy at this targeting squig. I don't know what I was thinking on that eyeball, but that's okay. Just the War Boss green flesh, nothing spectacular. I'm going to have to mind my angle today. Something's up with the table. Let's see here. Do I need to adjust it? Let's come over just a little bit. Hopefully we can go back in there. Well, this is good because I can get rid of all my bugs first. So these 2 right here. And they got little crap all over them, huh? Little dust. A lot of dust. Nothing special, though. I think I gave those guys a little bit more love on their guns. And they're riding around in this battle wagon. And I think I need to dust this thing off again. Oh, yeah. All these things do is collect dust. It's not that dusty, but they ride around in this battle wagon, and it's got this gun right here. That's their ride, so I put them down here like this, and then that there's a unit of Flash Gitz inside the battle wagon right there. So that's how that goes. Let's clear these guys out of the way. Out of the way. All of them out of the way. Pick that up. We got the next unit of Flash Gitz. Now last week I was painting the Flash Gitz and everything, and let's see, you were one of them. You were not one of them. You were one of them. That's great. I get them mixed up with where I was going. That's hilarious. Boom. Boom. Almost there. Where are you? There we go. Here's the 5 that I did last week that I was working on. I was already almost done with that unit. So what's up, Wraith? What's up? What's up, Solvent? So let's see here. We'll go with this guy. I decided to make him the captain with his yellow hat. Or him the captain. I don't know. You guys tell me, the one with the bigger banner or the one with the 2 banners, which one should be the captain? The one with the cigar, the one with the yellow hat, or brown and blue hat? I don't know. Which one do you guys like better? I gotta know who the captain's going to be for this whole unit here. Guy at the targeting squig. Let's see what we get in chat. They're a pain in the ass, Ultimate Warrior. And then let's see. We got these 2. Just a couple of first mates. The first mates. Nothing special about these 2 guys right here. And then this last guy right here. Got a little checker pattern down there on his gun. These ones have blue on their guns just to kind of differentiate these 5, just in case I want to do multiple units of them. The guy with the blue hat, well, okay, so the blue and brown hat, and, okay, cigar. This one's the one with the cigar, all right? And then we got the rest of them. We got this guy right here. This guy with his targeting squig. Another first and second mates, you know. And here's the 3rd, 4th, and 5th mates. I really went for speed on these, so a lot of red. Just ended up on these guys and everything. I am not in frame. I think it has something to do with where my footstool is today. This guy, and those were the ones I painted up first before them, and they were my master copies. Cigar Man. Okay, I got a lot of votes for Cigar. 3 votes for Cigar Man. 4 votes for Cigar Man. All right. What's up, Sachet? All right, and then here's the last one right here. He's got a black and yellow hat with gold studs, you know. Fancy. They're the richest gits in the universe. And then they ride around in this old battle wagon with the let's see, throw these guys up in here. They ride around in this battle wagon right here. That's their ride. That's how they look, you know. So that aside, you know, you keep up the work, you do good work, and it pays off. You have a painted orc army. You don't do the work, you only add to the pile of shame. As a matter of fact, for March's show, I'm going to be talking a little bit about pile of shame and stuff like that. It's actually a response video to something Discourse Miniatures did, something that I highly disagree with about impulse buying and stuff like that. So, all right. Let's see here. I want to see something real quick before we get started. I got to go back into studio here. All right, yeah. Just a little bit of a shakedown. All right. And where are we at? All right. I think I can make this work. All right, let's get to work then, gentlemen. Let's get to work. I've had enough bugs on this one. The shaming of commerce, yeah, I disagree with that. You know, I mean, you choose to buy. It's like you choose to get out of bed in the morning, you know, and then you actually get to choose which side of the bed you get out of the morning. So, you know, life is just one endless decision-making stream there. So I really wanted to get into this. We're going to start putting some more paint on this. We're not going to get a lot done on this. We're going to have a lot of ink washes, though. So first things up, we're going to do some game color black ink for the tires. We're just going to hurry up and get this on and get those tires rolling. And we'll do it right here. Of course it's clogged. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be clogged as all hell? Let's see, lighter. I think we won't need a lot of water. Probably 3 drops for all that right there. Matter of fact, I'm good right there. I want these tires to get black. And then we're going to use our big brush for this. Our size 6. That's what we're going to use. And we're going to go to town on these tires here. And then the reason for this is it'll make painting these tires a lot easier, because all you have to do is really just hit them with a little bit of airbrush, with a little bit of Air Force black gray, and you're done. Yeah, let's get to these tires. And if I'm not in frame, somebody let me know. I am watching the chat here. I might I think what I need to do is I need to back off. God, I hate having bugs. I had all the prep time that I needed. There we go. Let's put that there for a second. We are going to go, I'm going to go back into my studio. God damn it! Let's just back off a little bit. All right. Let's get another drop of ink in that pod right there. And that way I can see my battery life. And we'll actually just do this in ink too. We'll do the whole axle in ink, because we don't really need to paint a lot down here on the bottom of this Squig Hog Buggy, simply because it's going to be glued to a base, which I've already gotten done weeks ago. But I got to get this buggy done, because you know you can't just leave good Citadel models sitting there in a state of almost done. And so the next couple of streams, I'm just going to be focused on getting this pile of shame under control before I start back into Conquest with my Theist Priest and that one tax unit that he has to bring in order to be fielded. So there is that. Let's see. I want to finish these tires real fast. Let's get these tires just dealt with. That's why we use a big brush. The big brush today. I'll watch the chat in just a second. I just really want to move through these tires because it'll take a second for this to dry. Luckily, it's not as cold outside, so the house is a little bit warmer, so I'm expecting things like the inks, the washes, and stuff like that to dry relatively quickly. And just be a generically smoother process than usual because it's been so cold in my state. Like, I'm talking really cold. I think this Tuesday it was 6 degrees. Woke up and it was 6 degrees outside. Still, they're collapsing the price of natural gas futures. I guess I'm going to have to sit on all those natural gas stocks until the summertime when people start turning on their air conditioners. They're doing this to stick it to Putin, brah. Got to keep the price of energy law down because you know we can't allow the Russians to win, bro. I wish they'd just take the loss over there in Ukraine. It's starting to piss me off. Now we're going to be sending tanks. We're escalating. It's hilarious. Let's escalate it, bro. We're going to stick it to Putin. Get a little bit right there. Get it on the saw blades. And then we got to go through and we really got to focus on the metallics for these guys and everything. All right. Okay. It's drying off. Let's throw it over there. Got ink all over my fingers, of course. That's the hardest part is just, you know, getting those tires done. Getting that ink to set up and do most of your work. But this color, Air Force Dark Gray, that'll really stick to it. All right. Oh, we got Sachet in the chat. We got Hungar the Starvarian. Okay, what's up, man? All right. Let's get started here. Let's get the crap off my fingers. So while that dries, we're going to take some green ink out, and we're going to kind of turn our knobs green. We can actually use a smaller brush for that. This old size 3 will work. All right. You've got some Bretonnian characters done. That's pretty good. 4 characters this week. That's actually pretty good. So are the Bretonnians the 25mm heroic, and you're also working your way through a 10mm Dark Elf army? That's a lot of good projects right there. What else we got? What's going on? And then, oh, Nice Games joined us. What's up, man? Glad of you to join us. Nice Games. He does a lot of 30 Years War and Pike and Shot. I was looking at his samurai videos the other day. Probably last week. I can't remember when, but he's one guy I know brave enough to paint samurai. Everybody's afraid of painting samurai for some reason. I'm not. I'd paint samurai if I wasn't busy doing all this crap. GW crap. It marks us all. It's one of those guys I really got to keep a close eye on because I don't want to fall too far out of, what do you call it? In his back catalog. I don't want to fall too far behind, and I'm very guilty of falling behind in people's back catalogs of videos and keeping up with what they're doing. I feel bad that I'm not keeping up with what VK is up to and everything. Oh, so you're going wild on painting stuff too? Glad you could join us. Oh, I'll have to double check and see if the rule book came out. I know it was up for pre-order, I think a couple weeks ago when I checked it. I don't think it's come out yet. It might be available in Europe, but I don't think it's available in America for Hail Caesar 2nd edition. I want to get that because that might breathe a little new life into my channel and everything with Hail Caesar battle reports. But the good news is my new strategy that I've adopted by throwing stuff up on Patreon, doing the live streams, that's actually helped my analytics. Instead of bleeding subscribers now, I'm actually holding subscribers, so I'll take it. It's helped. So it's slow, but it's helped out my analytics over the long run and everything. So let's put this guy down. Grab a friend here. This guy's part of the Squig Buggy. Good hell. He's got a squig cannon. The only sucky thing about the Ork book, everything that they made buggy-wise was amazing. Never be afraid to go at it with the paintbrush. That's what I always say. Let's see how much of this green ink we can use up. Oh, yes, I did get that Scorcher guy. I'm going to put him together. I just didn't have any time to sit down and deal with him this week. But he will be on this. He'll probably be on the table next week. I don't know if I'll necessarily get this extra Scorcher guy done. But yeah, that'll complete my unit of 10 knobs. You're actually seeing Nobz getting the free Big Choppa with the new update in 40K. You're actually going to start seeing Nobz again. I still think that the Big Choppa needs to be -2 to your -2 to armor. That would be a better buff. Way to buff up Nobz, because then people would bring a shit ton of those guys. I really think that the trap right now is in bringing boys. It's a trap. Don't bring boys. They get dusted way too easily. Just get dusted way too easily. I am watching chat, so, you know, if you guys want to talk about something, let me know. All right. Go. Oh, it's one of these guys with a power claw. Gotta have a couple power claws in the unit. Have that extra AP to deal with Terminator boys. To deal with big beakies. So wait a minute, when you're late to work, you punish yourself with painting? That's a pretty good idea. Nice, that's a really good idea. Me, I'm always kind of like a minute late to work every single day as like a fuck you kind of sort of thing. Like, I don't care anymore. I really don't. I don't care anymore. Justin, what's up? Oh, I could try. That's painting a Confederate flag is a little bit more time than I'd like to spend. I would actually have to see if I can draw a Confederate flag first. That's the big number one, and I don't think I have any drawings down here. No, I don't. I would have to see if I could draw a Confederate flag first and then put it on a shoulder pad. Like like putting one right there. That's some big determination right there. I think that's kind of out of my skill set, and that's why I'll never be a commission painter. I totally would if I could. If you like that, there is an eBay army. If you search for painted orcs, there's a guy on there who has a fully painted Confederate themed orc army, and it's badass. I would bring that just to troll people, you know. I would literally bring that to tournaments just to make people cry. They're like, well, we don't like the Confederate flag on all your stuff. You know, I'm like, well, screw you. It's not my fault I'm artistically talented or I can afford to buy nice things. You jealous, bro? You jealous of my ability to buy nice things, bro? Let's get this last guy done. But no, if you do a search on eBay for painted orcs, you'll find that guy's army. He has a lot of good stuff. What I would do is I would do a Badman's army with what he's got. I would see about getting what do you call it? 6 kilocans done up by that guy, and then I would bring the 3 scrap jets and 2 WAS bombs for my and then 2 units of boys and the battle wagons. I think that would actually be pretty good. I mean, it's probably another trash list just off the top of my head, you know. But I tout the WAS bombs because they're one of the decent units that I have. I really wish I had purchased a what do you call it? A couple of kill rigs. Those things are just really good. Can't go wrong with 2 kill rigs at 190 points a pop. All right, there we go. I think this guy's going to be the leader of these 5. I like his claw. Dusty, 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 dusty. Also been really busy at work this week, but I persevered. I got some work done. I just finished editing the movie review. So here's an announcement. Look forward to a movie review tonight. It'll probably go up after the stream, and then I'll be filming the Holy Diver show. It'll be coming out this weekend for Patreon and then made available later to the rest of the people because, you know, I mean, that's one of the things that I can still get away with analytically and release. There we go. And get away with that. Let's take a look here. We all dry? We're all dry. Dry enough to touch at least. Dry enough to touch. Let's get a little more ink on these guys. Let's use up the rest of this ink. God, that black dried out really quick. I used all that up. This guy's got a little buddy with him. That's kind of cool. And then even then, there's still places you miss. Damn. Missed his whole hind quarter right there. All right, drop that. Let's get this black back out for a second here. We're just going to make sure that the top portions of the tires are re-inked and stuff like that. But you always want to have something to work on when you're doing this kind of stuff. But yeah, we're going to go up with a smaller brush and we're just going to go at the tops of the tires again. Kind of be careful to stay off the red. Over here where it's metal, it doesn't matter as much. Get this hose here. Gonna have to go off screen for a second here. Got a crevasse I got to take care of here. All right, that appears to be metal. This guy's wearing some pants, and so I can see his pants, but I don't know how well I can get in there with this ink, so we might have to switch up to a smaller brush. But we're gonna make a lot of that down there towards them. Just we're gonna put the black ink on because I already dry brushed a lot of metal in there. And then I have to go through this little window here and get his pants as best I can. But it'll be worth it here. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work because you can't really see in between his arm there. Let's see. How annoying. Like, what were they thinking with some of these? What were they thinking? Let's give a painter a heart attack with his autism here. All right. I might, but I don't know how to make something that small on the plastic card end for making a Confederate flag. The movie that's going up tonight is Eaten Alive, 1976, starring Neville Brand, Stuart Whitman, and Caroline Jones and Mel Ferrar. Not to mention you got a very young Robert Englund in that movie. So that's actually I just finished processing that. I'm going to upload it after the stream before I go on break. All right, so the next thing I wanted to do was I was going to make these squigs purple, just to change it up a little bit. But I had better put a BB in here first. It's going all the way. Open that up. Boom. That there. Wipe my freaking hands off. God, I'm contaminated today. Oh, what's up, Ranger? Ah, how are you doing, man? That's good to see you in here. Oh, the Ranger showed up, everybody. He's gonna hang out. You know, I try to call this guy sometimes. He doesn't return my calls. I'm kind of like a girlfriend that he uses when when it's convenient, when he needs a place, you know? When he's in the doghouse. Nah, I'm just kidding. We like the Ranger over here. So the theme today, Ranger, is just eliminate piles of shame. Of course, that's hilarious. And then I have an explosion of ink. Eliminating the pile of shame. I'll actually be, what are you calling it? Of course, I didn't do that either. Painting up some Scots pretty soon. I'll be painting up some Scott. I've had nothing but problems this entire day. Like my camera's out of focus. I got exploding paint everywhere. I'm spraying Windex everywhere like a crazy person. I'm wiping off my fingers with the Windex. Let's try that. I think that's going to be an awesome color for the squigs here. Water. Drop of water. I think we only want one drop of water. Let's make it dark. Oh, you keep your phone on silent? Okay, all's forgiven. You know, I just remember as I wanted to play a pike and shot game with this guy. That's what I was going to call him about. You know, be like, remember when we used to play pike and shot? When's the last time you read that rule book? I'm about to give it a look over. So we can... But Nice Games is in the chat today, Ranger. You can ask him. Look at that. I got the purple ink everywhere. Frickin' A. Frickin' A. That's okay, though. God damn. Just problems. Problems. Too many problems. Oh, but that purple does clash very well with the green. That is going to look good. And you notice what this ink does, you know. It just kind of like puts a good base color down. And when you really go in with another color, like the purple that I'm going to be sticking to this. Oh, he's got a squig bomb. Let's do that in purple. That is awesome. Freaking awesome. Getting this done. That was a good color selection right there. Purple, bitches. I'm going to make some purple rain later with these squigs. There we go. And then we'll get this little guy in here. He'll be purple too. I know we need to build the hot gates. We got February. We got to set up a day. I can call you during office hours to set that up, you know. But yeah, I know we have to build the hot gates. I have 8 feet of 2-inch foam. You know, that should be enough to build something. 8 feet of 2-inch foam. I got a big old 8x8 board there of that shit. Not to mention I cut up a lot of masonite in sections that we can cut. Let me just show you right now, Ranger. Where is... Oh, there they are. Cool. All right, so I got some... When we were talking about this before, I got some masonite cut up, but it's double this size. So what I was thinking we do, we cut it to make it look a little natural around the edges. We keep the edges flat, and then we lineate that up against the edge of the board for one section. Now, of course, the other end of the board is going to be the coast or the sea, so they'll march up there like that. And then you will have all we have to do is build a Phocian wall of some kind for one end of it. I was actually doing some research this week. I was being a good boy. I was reading about the hot gates and everything. We each got to make 5 cards for the next Holy Diver show when we do the history behind Thermopylae. We gotta be studious. And the Ranger's always taking care of me. He says he's got all that stuff. You know, so. But I'm not doing anything special today. I'm just trying to eliminate my pile of GW's shame. With the exception of the one model upstairs, that kind of represents, I believe that's every orc I own. Every orc I own. If I'm lucky, I might even be able to paint up some Russians this year. I'm not... if I do anything Citadel related for my Chaos, I'm just going to commission somebody to do that for me. I'm not going to... I'm going to build the models and ship them away from me. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to commission someone to paint them for me. All right. Another layer. Do we have any other squigs hanging out? No. All right. I got to let that purple ink dry. And while that ink dries, we can go back and we can start. Let's get the shirts of these guys done. And for that, we'll need red ink on these guys. We're actually getting some work done today. More than I thought I would be doing. You know, it's still like a long way out before I start putting base stuff on there. What were the consequences you hadn't thought much about? That was a pretty interesting time in history because uh, they plugged up the Strait of Artemisium with their ships at the same time while they plugged up the pass at Thermopylae, and they all they had to do was draw. The longer Xerxes is there, the more supplies he's using, and sustain. So a little bit of history on Thermopylae. I do put the number of Persians in that invasion at about 1 million people total. Probably 300,000 soldiers in the field and 250,000 men on the supply triremes alone. The supply triremes were probably at about half staff, so we're looking at about 100 people per trireme in the supply boating area alone. So you're looking at and for 3,000 vessels, which is not beyond the realm of possibility for the Persians to field in the water or something like that. Yeah, just a 1 million man strong army. Then you have camp followers that break down past that. Not to mention you have Xerxes had 500 warships that he had fully manned and everything, and that's probably another 250,000 dudes right there because I think you only need I think you only need about 90 people to skeleton crew a trireme for supplies. But you need about, let's see, what is this? Let me see something. How many people did it take to crew a trireme?
According to Kids
Oh,
Discovery,
yeah.
these boats
All
were
right.
easy to maneuver and built for speed, with 3 rows of oars on each side and 1 man for every oar. It took 170 men.
175 men. That's just so a skeleton crew of about 80 people on a supply vessel. Let's see here. Yeah, you're looking at about 240,000 men just in the supply chain alone for the ships, and then you got 175 times 500. You're looking at almost 100,000 men for his actual navy, so 87,000 men. It's not beyond the realm of possibility that they had 1 million people working that war. And that's what I was looking over, just the numbers, but I'd forgotten off the top of my head how many people would be on a Phoenician trireme. And that's not counting galley vessels that would bring over animals and everything, but anything that they needed to bring over on land, they had bridged the Hellespont with boats. The first time they tried to bridge it, they failed, and then Xerxes ordered the Hellespont whipped 300 times, and then they built the boat anyway. Should you not be painting hoplites, Holy Diver, instead of orcs? I mean, you need some shields when the ranger unleashes the Persian archers in the neck. Okay, as far as hoplites are done, I have just off the top right there, four phalanxes of 80. I mean of 40. So that's what is that? 160 plus 160. It's about 320 guys. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I tooted my horn there a little bit too fast. I have 160 hoplites. So I don't need any more hoplites to do the hot gates. And that's not counting the Laconian army proper that I have. So, yeah, there's plenty of hoplites to go around. The one thing that I need to do is I do need to paint up some Persian cavalry a little bit later this year for the Battle of Canoxa for the Anabasis. So that would be something because what was it? I can't remember that guy's name. Artaxerxes. Ranger will know off the top of off the top of his head who I'm talking about. But it was the Battle of Canoxa. Let's get back into this. Let's keep to the task at hand. But yeah, it's always good to talk about history. But it was just one of those great battles that people never forgotten. It was Artaxerxes, and then he went to war against his brother, and he led his cavalry into battle, and he almost killed his brother, but he ended up getting killed himself, which left the 10,000 basically cut off, and everything that they and the cool thing about this is that by this time frame, the Persians had learned just feed the hoplites, feed them cannon fodder, and don't really engage them with anything that you need, but keep them occupied so that they'll just keep fighting long enough on one side of the field, because after that he got killed, and the Greeks had basically beaten anything that day that went against them. And it made problems later when they were asked to surrender, and then they just basically pitched up their tents. Anything that they could throw into a wagon, they threw into a wagon, and they beat their feet to get out of Persia. A really good story. That's the one that I've read the most. I'm surprised I can't remember more of it off the top of my head. The sea, the sea. You ever watch? If you want the battle, if you want the analysis in short form, watch the movie The Warriors. That movie, The Warriors, is literally the analysis in short form. You have when they get back to Coney Island, they say, when we see the sea, we know we're safe. And they're sitting there confronting the Gramercy Riffs and the I don't know the name of that other gang. And this is after they had beat feet and beaten the crap out of everybody that came in contact with them. The Baseball Furies. Oh, they had some pretty good gang names in that one. Then there were the Lizzies, the prostitute gang. That was hot. And they're like, hey guys, let's beat these bitches. Let's beat these bitches. I need a little bit of green here. But if you want the short version of the story for the Anubis, the Anazab, now I can't even say the word. Xenophon's oh great, that's hilarious. One of those days. Anabasis, there by Xenophon. There we go. You watch The Warriors. Never gets old. All right, let's catch up in chat here. Cyrus, okay. The younger brother, okay. Cyrus was the younger brother that went against Artaxerxes. Ananabis. I can't do it today. It's hilarious. It's got me. I'm tongue-tied. Anabasis by Xenophon. There we go. I did it. Just being a goon. That's all I understand, Ranger. I'm just a freaking goon. I had a poor showing in boxing last night. My knee hurt. I got hit in the knee in the same freaking spot. Knee on knee contact is not fun. Let's see if I got the bruise back. No, I'm not bruised. Oh, God. Poor showing though. I was disappointed with it yesterday. Anabasis. 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 There we go. You retard. Anabasis. Uh, don't know what that is, but we're going to make that red too. Put that there. We got this guy's, we got the Scorcher guy's shirt next. Let's see here. Let's get this up in there like that. But you can see what this ink does. It just covers the surface, and then all you have to do is really just come back and hit it with a little bit more red, and you're done. Anabasis. I am a goon. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. It's like I'm slowly learning how to unpaint today. That's what it feels like. Everything feels off today. Everything that I'm doing is bad. I want you people to know this. Okay. Girl on girl contact as well. Are you calling me a girl? Is that what you... I dare you to come into that gym. There you go. And try throwing your weight around. It's not as easy as it looks. Mister does leg day and has trouble getting down my flight of stairs talking shit. This guy's got a red squig. All right, fair enough. Now this guy's t-shirt. I'd like to hear Ranger's take on how many Persians he thinks there were at during the invasion before they pulled out after Salamis. I put the forces at 1,000,000. General consensus is that on land there were about 50 to 60 Persians for every one Greek. The Greeks roughly had about 7,500 men at high estimates. All right. Not to be outdone. Yeah, we're going to do this claw red. His claw is going to be red. Spur of the moment decision here. I got punched in the throat yesterday. That was not fun. Yeah, My friend Bo gave me two good ones, one to the throat and a mean left hook that rang my bell a little bit. I guess that's I guess my poor performance was payback for the bloody noses I dished out a week ago. I got Bo pretty good, and then I got Daniel, I got Leo. Oh my God, just with these perfect like square hits. Like okay, I was the asshole of the night. That's what we work on. Who's going to be the asshole tonight? All right, let's make this red. This fin here. Boom. Let's make this fin red. Always in the details. Don't want to waste up the ink here. Let's get it out. We'll do a lot of metal work next. Hmm. So, Ranger, I asked you a question a little bit ago. How many you think were at the Thermopylae battle on the Persian side? I could ask Nice Games if he's still here. Do they have a supplement for the samurai in Pike and Shot? If I can get this guy's pants. There's this grot down here, but I don't know what color I'm going to make his pants. I think his pants are just going to have to be brown. Luckily for me, the violet phase is done. I do want to get out the brown ink. Where is it? That's skin wash. Oh, it's right next to my sorry ass. 6. 1, 2. And with this brown, I'm gonna do some clothing on these guys. Let's see here, but I gotta get these grot pantaloons done. So we're gonna go in as best we can. Try to cover his pants with this brown. This is just one of those projects that's going to get worse before it gets better. It's kind of like when you clean your room. If it's any room in your house, if it's really messy, it just gets worse before it gets better. It's like 10 hours of shame beforehand. Oh, 250K? All right. Is that just for the standing army, or is that for the entire shebang? That includes the Navy, everything. What you know? It's good. This is a good conversation topic for stream and everything. Analysis. I wonder if I don't taste any toast, so I'm not having a stroke right now. Analysis. All right, have a good one, Ultimate Warrior. Catch you next week. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming by. I know this gets a little bit boring, but doing this work, sitting down at least twice a week, for 2 hours, or an hour a night, it builds. It builds. Those knobs back there, these Flash Gitz, that was a couple of hours a night this week. After last week's stream. It's amazing how time flies. And stuff like that. And then we're back here for another happy Saturday of work. But no, I'd like to organize a pike and shot game. That would be fun, I just got all those guys, haven't done anything with them this year yet. And you wanted 8 games? I want 24 games. If you move in now, you can live in the fort under my bed. What I ought to do, what the ultimate product would be, is I ought to have Gatekeeper Con. There's going to be a hotel next to my house somewhere. And then I set up the tables at the local Catholic church by my house. And that's what I got to figure out how I'm going to do the first Gatekeeper Con. And then what is the mega game going to be for Gatekeeper Con? And just be one big mega historical game. Game so big it's got to take 2 days to play through. Make it worth everyone's money. Oh my God, this is killing me. This is killing me. God, and then he's like standing on some wood planks in there. I don't know if you can see that. He's standing on these wood planks in here. Good thing about the ink is that it doesn't matter if you get the spillage or anything like that. It covers up immediately. It just covers up immediately. So dude's wearing a loincloth too. He's got like a thong on. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this guy real quick. We're doing all these guys as pants and brown and everything. I have decreed it. Oh my God, there's a squig biting his leg. That's hilarious. And who knows what's left to paint next week. Hopefully I have a couple of those peasant archers down here from the other kit. Disney. There we go. Disney. A little bit of brown on his teethus. Throw him over there like that here. Oh. Throw that back over there. Where are we at time-wise? Doing good. Let's get some pantaloons on these guys done. I bet you we'll need another drop of brown for that. Good thing about the brown paint is as I bring it over the legs and everything, I can actually just work it into the base real fast. But I don't have enough out to do that, so I'm gonna have to get my hand out and do another couple of drops. I can throw it on anything that's going to be brass. Anything that's going to be brass. So the Retributor Gold will stick to this color even harder than before. Hmm. Okay, as far as historical eras that I haven't played, but I other than ancients, okay, and medieval, I won't count the high middle. Well, you can technically say Renaissance is Agincourt, so you kind of draw a line there because they're in the low Renaissance, and it was like literally at the end of that century, it was Columbus sailed and discovered America. Well, technically, not literally, but I'd like to do some ACW, American Civil War. I would really like to do that. I think that would painting up a Confederate cavalry brigade would give me great joy. But the work that goes in that, the time that goes in that's like I don't think it would take that long. I think I could actually do two forces of Confederate and Union relatively quickly at 28 millimeters simply because I painted two armies. I painted two pike and shot armies inside of a year. So, I mean, let that hit you there. And those are big collections too. Really big collections. So, ACW or Waterloo. You got to take your pick. You can't do both. The Waterloo sets are really cool. I just anything during the Viking era would be pretty fun as well, leading into the Crusades. So the 1000s, Battle of Hastings and everything like that. That would be really fun. But just you only got 730 hours in a month to really get anything done. And I really want to enjoy my collections as I go, and I don't want to be perpetually painting too much. But I am going to be done with orcs for a little while after this. I think about the only thing I'm going to pick up is the kill rig, and if I do, like I said, if I get anything else for 40K, whether it be my Iron Warriors or my orcs, I'm just going to build the model and I'm going to send it out and be commissioned because I don't have time to deal with that stuff with all the with the YouTube side of things. I did start writing for the next show, which is helpful, but I still have a little ways to go on that. I'd say I'm about 1/3 done with writing March's show, and I'm gonna try to. And when I'm done with stream, I'm actually going to film February's show. We'll make that gold too. We'll make the mechanism that makes it work gold. But we just work through our inks, make it quick, make it snappy. I don't know what I'm going to get done. I am going to endeavor to try to finish the Squig Buggy, but I'd like to finish that off on stream. But that's not to say that I wouldn't get another Squig Buggy, because my friend he'll sell them to me for a good price. So there is that, and they're already primed and they're already component built, which is huge. That really helps. You know, having to paint these things from scratch, little hard, little hard. Not the knobs, but the Squig Buggy. Knobs, you just go to town on them. Get your paintbrush out, go to town on these guys. They're good fun. They're good fun. I wouldn't mind having 20 knobs by the end, but I don't need them all now. I really don't. You slowly collect. You be patient, and you'll accumulate the things that you want. That's why I have a closet full of goodies. And that's why I have a big closet full of goodies, Tupperware's full of goodies, and that's why I don't have a pile of shame. Literally, I'm looking at 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 models, and those are just those are 2 different open projects, 3 different open projects. The knobs, the men-at-arms, and the Squig Buggy, So, I mean, you can get a lot done as long as you just kind of have that mindset that, you want to get down to Project Zero, number 1, and then you want to handle everything after Project Zero on a box-to-box basis. And I had mentioned on one of Ranger's videos the other day that I will help him with the Russians. I have no trouble buying the Russians. If he wants to build them and prime them, I'll paint. I can paint up a lot of those guys really quick with what he's planning, and I have no trouble doing that. But I'll spend some money myself, so it's not all on him, because World War II is his thing, Whereas, like, I'm done on World War II. I'm so tired of hearing about how Nazis bad. Well, we don't have any good villains. Let's make them Nazis. I'm sick of it. I am. As a matter of fact, I'm like this close to, if I see Nazis in a movie, I want them to win, just to trigger the fucking masses and make them cry. Oh, it wasn't what was supposed to happen. I mean, it was cool when Indiana Jones did it. I really like that dichotomy that they had for Hitler was looking for the Grail, which the Grail itself, that was like a figment of the imagination during the Crusades. And that's just, like they're coming out with another Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford is 80 years old. I don't know what in the hell they're thinking. He's at this point, he is a geriatric old man, basically waiting to die. And they couldn't pass the mantle to Shia LaBeouf. I don't know what they were thinking with Shia LaBeouf. And it's like, what are they going to have? Seth Rogen come out and play the next Indiana Jones? We're going to have the soy boy Indiana Jones? I mean, just let it go. They made 3 good movies. The 4th one sucked. If I had written the 4th one, I would have had him go after the spear of Longinus or something like that. The lance that pierced the skin of Christ or something like that. Or a fragment of the true cross. At least keep them in that biblical lore sense. Or, the tomb of Alexander. Or the, how about you take them out? Like, I really like Temple of Doom, but, you could do, what do you call it? Indiana Jones and the Forbidden Fortress. You put them somewhere in North Africa or something like that, any of that would have worked, any of that would have worked. And how it was a bunch of evil cult worshippers in Temple of Doom, you can do the same. It could be a bunch of Pazuzu worshipping Africans or something like that. Anything's better than what they have planned. I guarantee that. Now it's just like Hollywood's so freaking dead to me. Oh, look, we made this character you love. We made Superman gay, everyone. We made him a big old homosexual, and he's in love with this barista at a Starbucks. We're going so, or we made, what do you call it, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy lesbians. Now, I have a huge problem with that, given the fact that their friendship, their friendship started in the 90s on the children's TV show. You know? And I'm freaking sick and tired of lesbian shit. I really am. That's why I canceled my Netflix subscription. You know, I mean, Castlevania was good, but what I didn't like were the ugly set of lesbian vampires that you know, the mannish, disgusting set of lesbian vampires they force down your throats. And then, like, all of the girls in that show are flat chested. You ever go take another look at it, you know? So it's like they uglified all the girls. That's what Western audiences do to anime. They bleep it over, you know. You can't have Naga the Serpent. Naga the Serpent makes women feel bad, you know. I mean, we got fat acceptance models dying at 37, you know. It's hilarious, to say the least. But I really don't know what they're going to do with a guy in his 80s. You know, some of that fight in Temple of Doom that he had with Pat Roach, who was like the chief guard and everything. You know, that was good stuff. And then you had the mirror image of a short round beating the crap out of the Indian child. You can't do that stuff today. You're not allowed to have fun, and all you can do is remember fun. Oh, they're already reshooting the movie? I bet they are. I bet you it was like, what is it, the Infernal Machine or something like that? I don't know the next title, but yeah, I guarantee it's terrible. Of course it didn't look good. Dornock has some very funny videos on Indiana 5. I don't know who that is, but I'd have to check that out. But no, it's basically we've gotten to a point where it's like we want to ruin everything, every IP, and everything that was is no longer canon. Look what happens when you and I'm talking about this in the Henry Cavill video that I'm about to film after stream and everything. And I'm talking about that is that, you know, I mean, you gave the keys to Kathleen Kennedy, and what did she do? She messed up hard. Has she been fired? No. Has she had her salary cut? No. And that's the biggest problems when people currently in Hollywood bleep up and bleep up hard, they still have a job. Because being woke and spreading the message is more important than making a good movie. Spreading the message of socialism and global homo is more important than making a good movie. You know, it's just got to make the case. Got to make the case. You know, you're not supposed to do anything else except ugly lesbians and strong-jawed black women. So let's do some of this undercarriage that we can see here. Like me, I'm tired of superhero movies. I mean, there hasn't been a decent one since, I'm going to say Blade 2 and The Punisher with John Travolta. Other than that, nothing they've done has been good. Called Overlord DVD. All right, if I remember, I'll check that out. I don't have a writing utensil to write that down. I actually do. Let's see. All right, give it a whirl. The inclusive message, yeah, it's the whole BS whatever thing about how everyone's equal, when we're clearly not. I just collectivism. That's the bet. They want to spread that for some reason. Last time I checked, Indiana Jones was an individual who kicked ass, a lot like James Bond. The arc. I mean, I watched all three of those movies recently. I started them 2 weeks ago, and I finished them all. I think I finished. The one I watched was Last Crusade, and it was good. It's really good. Alison Dooley is a hot woman. That is what you call a 10. Why can't it just be a hot chick? And she wasn't. Sure, she was a Nazi, but she wasn't a combatant. She wasn't a combatant. She wasn't a. She was just a historian, and that was it. But her character worked. The best part is how Indiana Jones became Eskimo brothers with his dad, Sean Connery. Oh, you can shoot her. She's a Nazi. Oh, she talks in her sleep. I'm as human as the next man. I'm as human as the next man. They did such a good job with that. And, he was only... He didn't want to take the part because everybody thought that, what do you call it? He said, I'm only 10 years older than Harrison Ford. How are they going to buy me as his dad? They made it work. They made it work. I'm as human as the next man. Eskimo brothers with your dad. You both bleep the same Austrian lady. And I don't blame you either. Being you. Alison Dooley is by far the genetic 10 that every guy seeks to procreate with, in layman's terms. Oh my God, kill me. Somebody kill me. This model. It's like I'm drinking bleach. I mean, this is a big brush. This is a big brush and nothing's happening. It's like I had a little bit of bleach and everyone's like, keep it down, keep it down. We had a bet, keep it down. I'm going to make these metal. I'm getting lazy. I mean, these models are badass, but goddamn. I definitely wish I could component paint the next one. Because this is a lot of work. A lot of work. Cool thing about that movie is Sala in India. That was, they had good casting. I don't know. It was a different time back then. You had to wow people to get their butts in the seats. Now it's just like, oh, we make big boom explosion movie with that guy who with Jason Momoa. You come and see movie and give us money, please. We have big, strong. It's like if what I don't get is why you had to uglify so many women in that movie with Black Panther when Leslie Jones wasn't doing anything. If you want black and ugly, you can get Leslie Jones. You can probably hire her for really cheap. That's the kind of woman that has to pay for dick. Then there was Grace Jones from the Conan movies. That woman's pretty terrifying. I don't know how Dolph Lundgren dated her. That was a weird one. That would have been a weird combination to see. And you get that woman who played Precious. Doesn't matter if you don't want a strong, experienced BBW. Yeah. Um. Okay, so streaming the movie, what is that? It's like $30 to stream. It was like 29.99 to stream a movie. I'd rather just go see it in theaters. It used to be, I mean, COVID, you did want people did want their lockdowns, and that did break the habit of going to movies. But I would I'd rather save my money and drive the couple of blocks down to just buy a ticket. She injured a lot of extras in that film. That I wouldn't know. That would be interesting if they they had to always like make sure she had a rubber stick so she wouldn't actually hit people. That I mean, you do get. I mean, if you're a stuntman, it is pretty easy to get injured in a fight in a weapons fight. I mean, there are a lot of risks in assuming that role. Let's at least get the tires done before the end of this stream. Um, I don't know. I can see the point for the movie theaters. You gotta make your $1 billion back if you're gonna make some kind of hot mess the next hot mess that they're making for superhero movies or whatever. But I mean, people are lazier than they've ever been, so they would pay the $30 to stream the movie. And is that I believe that's $30 for once you start watching it. Does anybody know? I've never streamed a new release. If I want to watch a movie, I either watch it on Prime or I just go back to my catalog of DVDs. I use the physical media. I'd rather just use the physical media. I've never actually streamed a new release. Colon C disease. Yeah, you can't. Like I said, you always got to be careful in live chat. You're not allowed to say the word Mexican. That's how pussified and bitch made everybody's become in this world we live in. Oh, Mexican's an offensive term. I can think of 10 other offensive terms. If you understand, motherfucker. Good hell. We're going for it though. We're going for it. I don't think I'm gonna finish this today, but I know I'm gonna get the tires by the end of the stream, and we're gonna hold it open for 15 more minutes because we are at the hour 30 mark, and I want to kind of save what's left of my voice after being punched in the throat in boxing last night. Oh my God, he lost a finger. Now that I haven't heard. I have watched like the making of Conan. Um, yeah, it's possible. Frickin' A, get your finger. One misplaced strike, they hit your finger hard enough, and that's it. It pops like a bug on a windscreen. And who did he play? Who did Sandal play? Wasn't he one of the bigger guys on horseback? That former football player? Come on, give me the rest of metallic. I will finish these tires. I will finish these tires. Hey, thank you, Daniel. I'm hoping to make it a dope looking buggy. This is, like I've said earlier in the stream, if you're just now joining us, this is one of those, this is definitely one of those, what do you call it, projects that gets worse before it gets better. This was a boring one today, I'll tell you that much. But I'm not really here to wow anybody. I'm just really here to show you how I deal with my generic workload. Now, we can do some different kind of streamings here and there, but I think that just leaving this open the way it is, for people to come and go as they please, I think this is the best setup. And it's actually really helped my analytics. Oh my God, the hot blonde. She okay. That I'd have to see her because I know she did. What do you call it? Hell Comes to Frogtown, and I didn't know if so. She lost her. She lost a finger on the set of what do you call it? Oh my God, Conan. She had a body on her. She was a dancer. You know, I remember thin girls like Sandal Bergman. Yeah, just I remember Piper grabbing her when she was on that choker chain. He's like, "Look at the bones. Are you sure you don't want to buy her? Look at the bone structure." Look at the bones. Let's see here. What do we got? I know I wouldn't mind live streaming a game. I need a couple more things for that. One, I need somebody to work the chat constantly. Just to change it up a little bit so painting isn't the only thing that I do. All right, I think we can actually get to this guy's shotgun. Oh, that's kind of ambitious, but nobody's really going to notice that there. Yeah, I remember her in Red Sonja. All of that old fantasy stuff is good. The Conan era, they just like it's kind of funny how C-list movies like Conan, that weren't really that good, but they were good for what they were. That like if I would rate it any of like I give Red Sonja a 2 out of 5, but like Conan the Destroyer, I actually prefer that one more so than Conan the Barbarian. Mostly because it's PG and it's a good adventure. It's a really good adventure story, and anybody can watch it, and that's just one that you can enjoy with the whole family. And then I do like the first one. It's just that I think the pacing in the first one a little slow. Just a little slow. I think the first one's a little slow, but I give either of those films a 3 out of 5. I give either one of the Conans a 3 out of 5. In terms of like everything that they did, the action sequence, everything works in that movie. This is back when they made movies for guys who like movies, Rocky, you name it. You name it. They could make a movie about it and it would be okay. I mean, a lot of those canon productions by Mehmed Golan, the American Ninja series, they just made action. And we're going to center the action around an American hero. And it works. It works. That's all you needed back then. That's all you needed for it. For anything to work back then. Then you get a Chinese director like John Woo. They did hard. There's a reason I have a Hard Target poster. That's my favorite action film. I mean, am I a Van Damme guy? Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm a Van Damme guy when it comes right down to it. He had a formula. It worked. It wasn't the greatest, but it worked. I am a Van Damme guy, and Hard Target I think is his best movie. Sudden Death isn't terrible, but if I had to rate his movies, I'm gonna go with Hard Target, Lionheart, and then Bloodsport, followed up by where's that? Kickboxer. All of those movies are good. All of them are good. They're just it's Saturday. I have a burrito. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna watch some Van Damme movies, and you could choose any one of those movies, and you get value out of those movies, and that's But Hard Target, yeah, I have. You can bet I own. You bet your ass when you put Lance Hendrickson in a trench coat and you make him the bad guy, it works. It works across the board in any movie you put him in. He can be the bad guy so good. And then you had the mummy, a very young Andrew Voslo in that. He played the mummy, you know. And he's like, Randall, 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 you wouldn't want to hurt my feelings. No, Mr. Van Cleef. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Well, that's good, Randall. 'Cause I don't want you to hurt my feelings. Come on, Ork Buggy. God damn, this sucks. We're getting there. But this is going to pay off. I know I'm going to find more metal as I go. I gotta see something. One thing before I finish the tires with the black gray. One thing. One thing. That's good. Just leave some metallic on a brush. See how long it lasts. HD. Alright, let's move these old homeboys. And we leave the chat open. We'll leave it open for 5 more minutes, gentlemen. Alright, see, it looks better already. It looks way better already when you put it on your base and everything like that. So, yeah, I won't have to do a lot of gray, but we're going to get that part done. And then I got to paint that tank steel. So, 1 drop and 1 drop. Hopefully we can do it in 4 minutes. We might go into a little overtime. And then I have to pick some yellows out. Unfortunately, I do think I might finish this during the week away from the stream, but that's okay. You know, I mean, I'm not here to do every step. I'm just showing you the power of, you know, shooting the shit, you know. And you guys should try to organize painting days with your local groups, you know. You meet at somebody's house and maybe all you guys do is work on one guy's army. And then you can all have painted armies, you know. But unfortunately, a lot of people have bugs up their asses about how things need to be done. Big bugs up their asses. All right. All right. Tire time. Squig hide tires. What's up, Sergeant K? You know, never be shy to talk. If you guys are here, I'll talk to anyone, you know. I'm here for you, for your entertainment and your enjoyment today. That's why I do this. You already see what that black ink does with the gray on it. Boom. It just shines it up. Doesn't matter if you get a little bit on the steel. But let's definitely endeavor to get these tires done. Okay, give me the gray. Give me the gray. Thank you. There we go. There we go. Another drop. We'll put it up here, though. I have to break in this big brush that I'm using still. Still needs a little bit of training, but it will fall into place. And then once you wash it again with the strong tone, it'll look pretty good. So it's just a wash of ink, a double wash of ink, and then it's some strong tone. Little high. Oh, just dipped it in the metal. Jerk off a sore. Can't use that anymore. Oh well. And we are going to get it done. Yeah, I would say that South African character, Mr. Van Cleef, and what do you call it, Hard Target. He was the antithesis of sadistic, you know. But it was all, I mean, you know, like in Indiana Jones, he handled all of those. He handled his problems with all those different Nazis, and then, you know, in Hard Target, he handles his problems with all of those guys in the forest. He gets them on his turf. He divides. He conquers. He kicks their asses. You know? He kicks their asses. Anyway, I think this is a good stopping point on that. Get just a little bit of black we got to put on here. But way too many frickin' details to count on this guy. Well, all right. I'll leave the chat open for one more minute. But as far as painting and hanging out, we have wound down. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming out and spending your afternoon with me. Don't forget let's see, was I smart enough to bring that close to me? No, I wasn't. All right, I had some announcements, but they can wait. Don't forget to check out the channel later on tonight. There will be a movie review uploaded, and that's about it. If anyone else has anything, we'll leave it open for another couple seconds here. And that's really all she wrote on this. And all I gotta say is bleep these models. Yeah, I definitely want to component paint these. I would like to have this guy off. And I would like to have only the driver here and maybe this guy just off. But that, yeah, this is just a marathon. A marathon. And anything else? Well, thank you, man. And as you know, YouTube has many features you can use to interact with me. You can like the video, dislike the video, comment, or subscribe. Until I see you guys again, don't forget to check out the movie review for Eaten Alive and stay metal, my friends. And we'll see you in the next one.